morning guys and welcome to Refuel. All I'm going to say is it's the last time you're going to see these glasses because they're going, that's amazing. And also there's not many cars here because no one really modifies French anymore because they're boring and because probably half of them broke down. But we're here at Refuel today. I have refueled. We're going to go see what French cars have come down today. So we start off in the car park, or the front car park, with this DS3R. Very uncommon on the roads. I'm loving it in this carbon and white theme. I think the carbon's probably add-on post-factory, but it does suit it. It's got the sort of matte grey, gunmetal greyish alloys down the side. It is lovely. It's beautiful, very clean. Like I said to you, you don't see many of these. It's featuring the bucket seats that you get in the old 207s, 208 GTIs. Lovely, comfortable seats. So yeah, nice old 200 horses out of this beautiful Citroen. So we have oodles of Frenchness over here. I will say, apart from the MX-5 and the BMW in the middle, so we'll just gloss past those. But yeah, let's get started. We'll start at this end with the two we're very familiar of, and then we'll head on down the end and see what else there is. So we have the Subtle and Stancy 308 of old. Obviously we have the 407. I'm not going to gloss over this too much, but what I will say is the 407 is looking ever so big next to the Ami, which I just want to take home in my pocket. It is rather adorable. When we speak of French, we speak of variety, and this definitely has quite a bit of variety about it. I've never seen one of these in person, but they are very back to basics motoring. I mean, it's crazy. This thing's very small. Very, very small. What I thought was quite cute is it does have a sunroof, what to mention. And it is just very peculiar in dimension. I don't know what I think of it really. It's got this like sort of like, they call it like elephant plastic, that sort of
it feels like primer.
Textured. No, I don't think it is. I don't know if that is just primer on it or what it is. It's ready to paint, I reckon, but I don't know what it is. I think the plastic's probably that colour, or the plastic's painted that colour. I like how they sort of match the plastic covers on the I was going to say alloys, on the Steelies to match the rest of it. But it's just weird. Even the tyres are so diddly. But I guess it's just made to be a very small quadricycle, isn't it? So it's not going to need anything too crazy for it. Yeah, it's just very peculiar. Very, very weird. And the badge is sort of like blended into the back of it as well, which is quite interesting. But yeah, hopefully I can jump on side if I can find the owner for it. Hopefully. So we have what looks like an unmolested 208 GTI in shark grey, which is one of my favourite sort of modern-ish, or sort of a mid 2010 into 2020 sort of time. That is the colour, the choice by me. Lovely colour. Now, this is just impeccable. It really is. This is a old 304 convertible. Not only is it very clean, but it just showcases what Peugeot used to be in its old styling and its old ethos and attitude it used to have towards their cars. And it has this very distinct front end, which a lot of the newer Peugeots unfortunately have just missed out on. And it is very understated. Look at the interior as well. Proper old school in there. And again, for the age, I admire the time they've taken to make it look like it does. It looks excellent. So this GTI is very clean. Very clean. So I thought we'd skip the 106, we'll come back to the 106. While we're on the 206s, this appears to be, I don't know if I'm getting rally vibes or if I'm getting more track or both, rallycross sort of vibes, but it's definitely built to a good standard for it. Check it out, purpose built. Little animal. Glorious 106, and I can see plenty of speed lines. It's always an understated look on these, but this is indeed an S16 as well, which makes it very, very rare indeed. It is super clean. 170. Beautiful. We've got a purpose-built stripped 265, which I'd imagine is running more than 265, I expect, by the size of the intercooler sticking through the front of that bumper. But it is proper, stripped out and everything. Yeah, the slight giveaways with the intake pipe and the intercooler down the front. It's tasty. We have two very peculiar Citroens. This one always reminds me of like a lunchbox. It's sort of cool. What I find a bit interesting, I love about the French flair with these older cars, is that the side indicator, rather than being like up on the side of the car, is here, next to the front one. And then as we come inside, you can see it's got like cashmere upholstery, and the steering wheel's only got one spoke. It's just the weirdest thing. I love the back end of this, but the spoiler that comes off the bottom of the boot lid as well. It's proper funky. You never see any of these anymore either. And again, look, loads of room inside the old French wafter. This one's got like a thick singular centre to the steering wheel. It's just all very weird, all very triangular on the back. And it's got a tow bar as well, so it's been somewhat practical for its life as well. But yeah, look at it, what an old beast. So when do you ever see a VTS C2? Never. And when do you ever see two together? We've got a GT and a VTS, and I just want to say, you never see them. Never see them at all. This one's probably more, they're probably both used for track, but this is more of a basic setup. This is more of a purpose-built track setup. But yeah, it looks meaty with those big old tyres on the front. So we've got a Clio Nürburgring edition, I think. I'm assuming that's what it is. Weird about the rear wing. I've always seen these with rear wings, but it's got great fitment. So we've got a 308 GTI 250, this one is, with the friendliest dog I've ever seen. Hello! 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 And then to finish off the selection of cars we've had here today, we've got the old 207. So guys, thank you for joining me on the refuel experience this morning. It was very short-lived, very small gathering of cars, but a very unique gathering of cars. So guys, it's been my first time down here. I've enjoyed it, the food was excellent, so come on down here to refuel, down near Exeter. It's well worth the journey.